Hello, my name's Ben, and I'm here to talk to you about Relative.ai. So Relative.ai is a platform which is used to analyze digital language and turn that language into deep insights. So the premise of what we do is that there's a ton of language resource floating around in the digital world. So website copy, social media content, forums, message boards, and this type of thing. And if you could only grab this language, and if you could only measure it and turn it into data, then this could be a really valuable resource to give you some competitive advantage. And this is what our platform does. So we already have some pretty big clients. These are a few I can talk about. We have several more. They're in consumer electronics, in healthcare, in skincare and beauty, financial services, and so on and so on. And all of our clients use us to optimize their own communication language with their customers. And they also use us to do deep studies on what their customers are thinking and feeling about certain topics. So, for example, here are kind of some of the questions which our platform is regularly used to answer. And because there is already a plethora of language out there, these questions can be answered almost instantly by our clients. There's no need for any laborious focus groups or things of that nature. All this is already out there. It's ready to be grabbed and used if only you've got the right tool. Similarly, we're also used by our clients to analyze their own language. So language often drifts. It's hard to measure. How do you know as a big brand that the language that you're really using in your various communication channels is actually what you want to communicate? We get used to benchmark language, to compare against competitors, and so on and so on. And again, all this language is already out there. It's just a question of being able to grab it, measure it, and provide the right insight. And so we can provide some really fast results. So I'm going to show you a little bit of an example now. This was a customer insight exercise which one of our clients used. They're a big supermarket, and they were planning their summer marketing campaign. And the brief here was they wanted to know what the word summer meant to their customers. So we went to two different mums forums in the UK, NetMums and Mumsnet. And we grabbed every single thread in a 4-month window which had the word summer in the title. So we had a lot of discussion here about summer and what people were doing in the summer and what they were concerned about. And then we compared the two sets of customers to understand the differences between these two sets of customers, and this is what we found. Okay, so this is what Mumsnet customers care about and talk about far more than NetMums customers. So, as you can see, they talk about architecture, houses and buildings. Well, that's actually a reference to days out to stately homes, wigwams in the back garden, tree houses and things like that. A lot of references to geographical terms, so that's recommendations for holidays and places to go on day trips and so on. But you can also see that the style of language they use is really interesting. Judgment of appearance, beautiful. They regard a lot of things and describe a lot of things as beautiful, or they evaluate things as good. So this gives you a really interesting insight into not only what they care about and talk about, but the style of language they use to describe it. This, on the other hand, is what NetMums users talk about way more compared to Mumsnet users. NetMums users care about feeding the kids getting ill, buying stuff, and paying for it all. So what does this tell our client? It tells them two critical things. It tells them what these two different customer groups care about, and it also tells them what language style these two different customer groups use. So our client can optimize the language they use to communicate with these two different customer groups to get maximum engagement. So that was a quick example of the kind of thing we do. How do we provide this? It's a platform. The every single customer gets access to the platform, and we also provide services to help people construct the right study and get maximum use out of it. So hopefully that's interesting to you. We can be applied in a whole variety of ways, from branding to customer insight. We get very quick results, and we make people look really good. So this is how to get hold of me. I really look forward to hearing from you. Talk to you soon.